Hello and welcome. My name is Brett from the ANZ Wholesale Digital Banking team. Thank you for joining me for this ANZ Transactive Global webinar about guarantees and standby LCs. Our training webinars are designed to help you unlock the full potential and get the most out of ANZ Transactive Global, our digital web and mobile banking channel. Through a single interface, you can access common services such as cash management, trade finance, loans, commercial cards, foreign exchange, and data insights. In today's webinar, I'll demonstrate how to make the most of the guarantee and standby LC's capability within Transactive Global for streamlining regular tasks and resolving inquiries. Following today's session, I would encourage you to view our digital services help page for further information on the topics discussed, as well as revisiting our previous webinars. I'll show you how to find these at the end of today's session. Before I start the demo, you'll see the Teams chat function is disabled. However, you can ask questions using the Q&A tab, which is located at the top of the screen. My colleagues are online and will answer as many questions as possible as we go. I've also set aside some time at the end of the demo to address these queries. Today's training session is being recorded. The video and copy of the Q&A, including any questions we were unable to answer during the session, will be published in ANZ Digital Services Help in the coming days, so you can rewatch or share with any colleagues who weren't able to join us live. So let's jump into it. Through Transactive Global, our customers can view and manage their guarantees and standby LCs that have been processed across the ANZ network. For example, we have many customers located in Australia with subsidiaries in Papua New Guinea and New Zealand that need central oversight of the guarantees being issued, the facility usage, and the fees being charged. These tasks can be managed through ANZ Transactive Global. Our customers regularly request reports about their guarantee balances at the end of the month or other intervals such as quarterly to monitor guarantees being issued or to monitor the facility usage. I'll now demonstrate the report capabilities that are available in Transactive Global so that you can generate and receive this information at the frequency you require. To view and report guarantees and standbys, you'll need to select the Guarantee Standby LCs menu. This will display four submenus, which automatically filter information based on the state of the guarantee or standby LCs. The Current Instruments menu can be used for reconciling purposes. This is the default view of active guarantees and provides a summary of the information that users regularly require for reconciliation. Users have the capability to reorganise this view based on their preferences. For example, if I'm a company that issues guarantees under different organisational names or subsidiaries, I may want to make this information more prominent in the report and sort data accordingly. To do this, I can drag the legal entity that the guarantee was issued under to the first column position, making this more prominent. I can also resort other columns such as expiry date and bring those to the left or to the right based on my needs. This view that I have here in front of me allows me to quickly see which guarantees are nearing expiry and may need to be extended or swapped. As this view meets my needs and something I would use on a recurring basis, I can save this view for the next time I log on. To do this, I can just click on the Save Settings option. My favourite view can also be used for scheduling and emailing reports, which I'll demonstrate shortly. To reset any customisations of the view, you can right-click on the column header and select the Reset Grid Columns option. And that'll reset the view and you can start again and reorganise the view as required. Now, the data within this view can be exported for ad hoc reporting to your desktop in CSV format by clicking on the Export button. Users also have the capability to schedule the report and have the data sent to their registered email address. For example, I want a monthly report of my outstanding guarantees. To do this, I click on the Reports menu. If this is the first time setting up a report, you'll be prompted to create a new report option. From the report type drop-down, I can select New Report and select the type of report I'm after. So I'm after the current instruments. I then can choose the file type that the data will be sent to me. Now, most users will find CSV the optimal choice, as the information when you receive it can then be imported into your ERP systems or manipulated in Excel for your own purposes. You can provide a prefix or your own customization to the file name. For example, if I type demo, you'll see that the file name will be sent to me as demo, current instruments, and a date and time stamp. This field can also be left blank, and the file will be sent to you as displayed here. Currently, guarantees are only distributed in English language, and there's no need to change the file encoding. There's only one option available. The next option is to choose how I want the guarantee data to be sent to me. So as I want the data to be sent in the way I've set up my favorite settings, I just click on the Use Preferences. So that view I had customized earlier based on the legal entity and then having the expiry date in the third column, that's how the data will now be sent to me. I press the Continue, Schedule and Save. This is where I can set the frequency that the report will be sent to me. So in my example, I'm looking to receive the report on a monthly basis. So I can specify which day of the month the report will be distributed to me. I'm after the report on the first day of the month, starting from the end of this month. And you can set the frequency that the report will continue into the future. As I'm after close of balance positions, I'll just specify 1 a.m. Now, what this has done is this will set the system to send on the first of each month at 1 a.m. the report that I've just specified, and that report will be sent to my mailbox in the CSV format that I had selected. The following sections are under Profile Details. That just allows me to provide some rules, a description for future management of this report. So just type in something that's meaningful that you can reference later on. And the final option is, as I want to send receive this report via email, select the Deliver Email by Report via email. Now, some users may observe this warning message that's popped up on my screen. What this indicates is under your user preferences, you need to complete some setup or registration that says which allows you to put in a custom password for any files that are sent to you by Transactive Global. The ANZ Digital Help Services provides further information about how to do that. And then I save the report profile. So what this will do is now that report's now scheduled, and that report will be sent to me on the first of each month to the email address that I have registered under my profile. Reports can be set up for various purposes. Reports can be sent to you via email, or you can just view the reports here through the Reports menu on Transactive Global and retrieve them at any point of time. So for example, you can see I've set up a daily report. That report, to view that past daily report, I can just click on the previous run date, and then that will automatically display to me the report that has been generated. As this is a test environment, that's not going to work right now, hence the error message. On to the next set of regular inquiries we receive from customers that can be resolved through Transactive Global. Common inquiries we receive at ANZ is assistance with reconciling fees and charges. Customers will have noticed in their ANZ statements transaction records that appear similar to what I'm displaying here in the PowerPoint. The structure of the narrative is CHG, indicating it's a charge, followed by the guarantee reference, and the final section of text is a description of the fee or charge that's been processed. To be able to view further information about that transaction, you can perform an inquiry within Transactive Global around the guarantee and locate the fees and charges that were collected. So as you'll see, I've gone back into the current instruments within Transactive Global. If it's a recently collected fee, it's likely the guarantee is in the still current. Input the guarantee reference, and the system will automatically filter and display that guarantee transaction. As you can see here on the screen, the system Transactive Global will display all the activities and events that have been processed under this transaction, under this guarantee. In the first example, as it relates to the guarantee issuance fee, it's likely that the fee was collected on the issuance of the guarantee. As I scroll down towards the bottom, you'll see that there's a detailed list about the commissions and charges collected on the guarantee, including what the charges were for, individual charges, and the account that was settled. You'll also be able to view a copy of the a copy of the settlement advice that's applicable to the guarantee. Yeah, as I scroll through that through the screen, you'll see that there's a broad range of information that's available around the guarantee. The information that will display will change depending on the activity or event that's been processed on the guarantee and the type and format of the guarantee that's been issued. A copy of the guarantee is also usually available through the bank generated section if you need a copy for any reason. Presently these documents are presented in a TIF file format. ANZ will be transitioning to a PDF format from December 2024, which will provide more versatility with using these documents, such as being able to email the documents from the screen, saving or extracting the information that is presented in the PDF. For periodic fees, some customers are charged fees on a periodic basis or a regular cycle, such as monthly or quarterly, and the fee and debit advice will appear in the associated event. For fees that are being collected upfront, within the system it's called commission in advance, and you'll be able to see that the fee that was collected and the settlement advice associated with the fee. If I click on the settlement advice, you'll be able to view and retrieve further information around the charge that was collected, such as how the fee was calculated, and for what period the fee was calculated for. For fees that are being collected in arrears, you'll see the events will be displayed with the name of commission in arrears. If you have any other common inquiries that I haven't covered here and would like to know how best to resolve them, please raise them in the Q&A and I'll try to cover them at the end. Today, a lot of our guarantee applications are still done using paper application forms. However, we offer customers the capability to request guarantees through our digital channels. And we are seeing increased interest from customers about this option because of the benefits with risk mitigation and streamlined workflows. Presently, guarantee applications can be only requested through our complementary ANZ channels known as Transactive Trade or Transactive API. The name will differ depending on the country that you are registered in. We plan to integrate the guarantee application process into Transactive Global for a seamless experience in 2025. I'll now demonstrate how to complete a guarantee application within Transactive Trade. To access Transactive Trade or Transactive API, users will need to click on the Applications menu within Transactive Global. Users will be displayed different tile names depending on the country that you're registered in. In Australia and New Zealand, you'll see Transactive Trade. Users in other countries will primarily see Transactive API. ANZ has recently introduced an innovative approach with guarantee applications. And we are progressively rolling this capability out across all countries. The new solution is we're making frequently used industry and government templates available for our users to select from a library of guarantees. What you can see here is the current range of templates that are available for Australian registered users. We have the ANZ standard format, which is used and accepted in the Australian marketplace for various uses. We have the outgoing guarantee template, which is available globally, and it's an all-purpose generic template, which is best suited for SWIFT-based guarantee issuances. And we have 3 work cover related templates used by the respective state governments. Additional templates will be progressively rolled out. I'll now demonstrate the advantage of using these ANZ prepared templates. The form that displays requests only information that's needed to be completed for the guarantee. So what that means is with each beneficiary or each template, we've identified the fields that customers need to complete, and they're the mandatory fields that we require you to complete on screen. There are still some optional fields that you can provide supporting information or instructions for. So with the Victorian Work Cover Guarantee, you'll see most of the information is preloaded. As a customer, you just need to indicate, complete the remaining fields. And then after you've completed the mandatory fields, you can press the verify data option. Now, just on some of the other optional fields, just to highlight, the applicant reference number. This is your reference that you wish ANZ to use in any communication with you. So if you complete this reference will appear in reporting and it will appear on any correspondence that ANZ sends to you. The internal instructions is often used by our customers to capture information that's relevant to your internal processes. We're aware that some customers use this to capture information around the project or internal contacts related to the guarantee, and that just helps users or the people within the company to keep track of why they've issued guarantees for certain purposes. After all the information is complete, I press the verify data button, and that will cause the system to validate that and confirm that all the mandatory information is complete. If any fields are missing, the system will display error messages and highlight the mandatory fields that need to be complete. With our new capability, users can now request a copy and display a copy of the underlying guarantee text. So, and this guarantee text reflects the final format that will be issued by ANZ to the beneficiary. So as you can see here, this is the draft copy of the Victorian Work Cover Guarantee that will be issued based on the information I complete. One of the advantages of this is it also allows customers to be able to share a draft copy of the guarantee with your counterparties ahead of the guarantee being issued, so that the counterparty can review the guarantee and confirm that it meets their needs and there's no further changes required. Final step of the process to issue a guarantee is to authorise it. Now, the guarantee authorisation process can be as simple or complex as each organisation requires, from a single release, dual release, to an authorised panel requiring multiple authorisers or specific sequence of approvals. The approval authorisation of guarantees can be done through Transactive Trade or Transactive Appear, ANZ Transactive Global, and ANZ Transactive Mobile. Considering today's webinar theme is ANZ Transactive Global, I will now demonstrate the approval in Transactive Global. So the users will be able to view the approvals here within a widget that is a customizable workspace object that users can add to your homepage. Here's the guarantee that I've just set up in the presentation, and it's available for authorisation. I can also authorise the guarantee from the Guarantees and Standby LCs menu under the Pending Approval screen. Either location allows users to do the same tasks. Users can click on the guarantee and view the contents. Prior to authorisation, to complete authorisation, users tick the record and press the approve option. And this will trigger the authorisation process either with ANZ Digital Key or ANZ Vasco to be invoked. The transaction is now available for the next approver to complete the process. After the approval process is complete in its entirety, the guarantee is sent to operational teams to complete the processing, after which the processing is complete within ANZ. Users will be notified through the channels that the processing is complete. And that brings us to the end of the Guarantee and Standby LCs webinar. I'll now look through the Q&A section to see if there's any questions that would be best answered through a demonstration. So please raise your queries now whilst we have some time left.
Hi, Brett, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Nikki.
We have a couple of questions in here today. The first one being, why can't I see the Guarantee and Standby LCs module in my Transactive Global?
Okay, so that may be because your company hasn't been registered for guarantees yet within Transactive Global. That can be resolved by contacting your relationship manager or your guarantee sales manager to complete the necessary application forms, and that access can then will be granted. So that'll be why you're not able to see that information.
The second question is, can I download a report that shows all the details within the guarantee, not just the details from the list or the screen?
Okay, let me get back to on that one. There is some reporting, but I just need to check how much additional information is available on that. So we'll put a response on that in the
online help.
webinar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No problems. The third question we have is, I can't see guarantee in the current instrument menu.
Okay, that's probably similar to the first question. So if you've got the ability to see guarantee and standby LC's menu and there's no current instruments, it's likely due to one or two reasons. Either the user hasn't been registered completely to be able to view guarantees, or alternatively, there may not be any active guarantees available. For the person who's raised that, I would recommend you contact your guarantee sales manager or your relationship manager with details of this problem, and we can have a look at it. And well, our support team will have a look at it and revert back with what needs to be done to give you that information.
That's great, thank you. We have another very similar question. Clearly, everyone's having a look at their Transactive Global logons and have realised that they can't see the guarantees menu. So hopefully we can sort that out for a lot of people. The next question was, on my Transactive Global login, I'm unable to see the applications that you have shown. So very similar to the answers that you have just mentioned.
Yeah, so under the applications, if you're unable to see any icons here, that is unfortunately due to a registration step that's missing. I would suggest contacting the Transactive Global support team. Their contact details are available on the ANZ Digital Help page, and they'll be able to correct that missing registration step so that the applications the icons are displayed.
Great. We've got a minute left. We've got two more questions. How can I cancel guarantees which are in a pending approval?
Great question. That's one I can demonstrate. I'll just take back the screen. So if you have a guarantee you wish to cancel, well, there's two options here. If it's to cancel out front, straight up, that can be done by going into the Transactive Trade or Transactive APIA to cancel the transaction. If the guarantee just needs to be repaired, or what we call repaired, so it just needs to be updated in order to final release, you can also use the repair option. And then that will put the transaction back into a state for another person to go through and edit the transaction.
Great, thank you. We have run out of time, so any other questions that we have in the chat, we will add to online help when the recording is available. Thank you very much, Brett.
No worries. And Nikki, do you want to just show that last slide again? Thank you. Yes. So on the page that's displaying here is a list of our upcoming webinars, noting in particular the holiday planning webinar, which will help prepare for off shutdowns and staff leave over the festive season. Please use the QR code to register for these upcoming events. Just a reminder that the recording of this session, as well as the Q&A, will be added to the ANZ Digital Services Help in the coming days, should you wish to rewatch or share with your colleagues. You can get to the ANZ Digital Services Help by scanning the QR code currently on the screen or by clicking on the help icon next time you're signed into Transactive Global. I hope this session has been of value and we look forward to you attending our future ANZ Transactive Training Global webinars. Thank you.